What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another video here on my channel. Thanks again for tuning in. And today we're going to be talking about how you know or how you can get a good idea of how much a stock is going to move up or down on the day. Now, this is a very common question I get from many traders and many investors. Connor, how much is this stock going to move up today? How much is the stock going to go down today? How will I know when this stock is getting ready to bounce? Or how will I know this and how will I know that? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. How much is a stock going to move on the day? That is what we're going to talk about today. And at the end of this video, we are going to tell you guys exactly how you can get a custom study so that it will put it on your screen for you. And that might be a little bit confusing, but let's jump right on into it. So we're going to be getting into the screen share part of this video right now. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are sharing the screen. What we're going to be talking about is average true range and daily true range. Now, one of our moderators by the name 7 of 9 has taken the time to create this very awesome visual study to put on top of your thinkorswim trading platform. So if you use thinkorswim, you're going to be in the money because you are going to be allowed to use this study, and it's absolutely free. So first things first, what is average true range? Average true range is the amount that a stock typically will move up or down on the day. So if you want to take some time and go ahead and study what ATR is, that is the abbreviation for average true range. Average true range stands for the daily active movement, or how much a stock is most likely going to be moving up or down on any given day. Okay, and what we have here, if you're looking at the screen, let me pull these drawings over. We have right here, this little red box, that is a custom study we are referring to that you're going to be putting on your charts. This is a visual study that goes on top of your thinkorswim chart and basically tells you when a stock has already moved its average true range on the day. Now, why would you want to know this, or why would this be beneficial? Well, let's take a step back. What we're looking at right now is a chart of Netflix. Netflix average true range is about $10. So what does that mean? That means tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day, you can expect that Netflix is most likely going to move about $10 per share on the day, up or down. That's what the average true range means. So if you're someone that's having a tough time understanding how much a stock is most likely going to move on the day, then you may want to get a little bit more comfortable with average true range. Now, what's really cool about this study is that it has been custom coded in a manner like a traffic light. So think of a traffic light. Green means go, yellow means slow, and red means stop. That is the way we have kind of custom built this little study to put on top of your chart, so that when you're watching whatever stock it is for the day, it will typically start off green, because in the beginning of the day, when the market opens, most of the stocks have not moved their full average true range for the day, meaning there is still good movement that stock will make. And if there's still good movement that the stock will make, then there's a good chance that you can still get into that stock and trade that stock for the day and make some good money, of course, if you pick the right direction. Okay, so this custom study has been built like a traffic light. So when it's green, chances are the stock still has some strength to keep moving on the day. When it starts to turn yellow, there's a strong chance that stock is starting to slow down for the day. And when it turns red, that's a good indication that the stock has moved its full average true range, and you may want to consider not trading it or look for what? A reversal. So pretty exciting. Very happy to show this guy to you. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the study so you guys can get the full, understanding of what it actually does and how you can use it. By the way, if you don't want to listen to anything more that I'm having to say and you just want to go ahead and get the study, in the first link in the description of this video, it will take you to the homepage of our website. On the homepage of our website, you will scroll down until you see what's classified or labeled as custom average true range study. You will click that and you want to enroll into that study. It's absolutely free, and that's all you need to do is go to our home webpage. From the link in the description of the video, the first one, that's going to take you to our homepage. Scroll down till you see custom average true range study, and then you're going to enroll absolutely free. And then inside there's going to be a little bit more instruction on how you actually input it onto your chart. This video, we're just going to walk you through what it is, what it does, and then inside our website, when you enroll into it, we'll show you exactly how to put it onto your charts. So let's go forward. So here we have this little box in the upper left. What is all in here? So going from left to right, we have DTR and a number, and then we have ATR and a number, and then a percent sign. So starting from the left, what does DTR mean? DTR means daily true range. So this DTR and this number is telling you that the daily true range for Netflix on this day was $16.39. From the high to the low, Netflix moved a total of $16.39. The average true range is $10.54 as of right now, $10.54, which means on any given day, it's very likely Netflix is going to be moving around $10.54 as of right now, okay? And the percent sign you see here is 156%. That means based on how much Netflix moved today in relation to the average true range, Netflix moved 156%. So it moved a complete 100% of its average true range. So it moved $10.54 on the day and then some, because you can see it moved $16.39 on this day, which gives it a percent of 156, meaning it moved a full 100% of its average true range in almost another 56% of its average true range. So it's moved a total of $16.39 on the day. So going from left and right, daily true range, how much is moved for this current day, average true range, how much it's typically going to be moving on any given day, and then the percent sign to give you an understanding of how much it's moved in, a percentage, okay? Visualization from a percentage side, okay? Now let's talk a little bit more about this. When a stock has moved based on this little custom study we have, okay? So think about this. The average true range for Netflix on any given day can be around $10. Well, let's say Netflix has already moved, let's say, $5 on the day. That means it's moved 50% of its average true range. The way that this custom study here works, like we said, it's like a traffic light. It'll go from green to yellow to red. When it's green, okay, that's a good indication that you might still want to trade it. It's going to shift from green to yellow once the stock has traded 70% of its average true range. So if you look at this little number on the right, far right, that percent sign, when it says 70% or higher, this whole box is going to shift from green to yellow. And then once the stock has traded almost all of its average true range, it will shift from yellow to red. As you can see here, Netflix traded a full one. It traded well above its average true range, and that is why this is red. So as we were saying before, with it being like a traffic light, once the stock has moved so much on the day, it will shift from green to yellow saying, hey, it's already moved quite a bit. And then once it gets to red, it's kind of saying, yo, this thing's already moved a lot on the day. You might want to hesitate on actually trading this for right now. Because as you guys know, throughout the day, a lot of times stocks will slow down and they won't be as volatile and won't be moving as dramatic moves as they were earlier in the day. Now, there's a couple reasons for this, not necessarily in relation to ATR entirely, but it does have a lot to do with it. So you guys can use this study to get a good indication of when a stock still has some room to run and when it might be getting done moving. Now, a couple other ways that you can use this study is that when it turns red, it's not necessarily that it's done moving for the day, okay? What it's trying to say is, hey, its average true range may be X, and when it's red, it's already moved its average true range. That doesn't mean it's going to stop moving. That just means it may be done moving in that particular direction, in which it could start coming back down the other way. So let's say you're a long bias trader, and Netflix starts to drop, and all of a sudden, the average true range study you now have on your chart shifts to red. And you're going, well, Connor said that might be a good indication not to trade it. Not necessarily. That could just be a good indication that it's already moved its average true range and it's moving down, which means it could get ready to start bouncing back up. So you could be looking at a long play even if it is red. So there's a couple ways that you can use this, and of course it's going to take some time. You're going to have to get familiar with it, but you guys know as well as I do that trading and indicators and everything, it's not all just clear cut and dry. You have to use some intuition. You have to use that kind of gut feeling still when you're trading to get a good idea of maybe you should or shouldn't be getting into a position. But being able to have this custom study on your chart to say, hey, this thing's still pretty hot, this thing's slowing down, it might be done moving, it's a extremely big benefit to a ton of traders, because I always get the question, how much is the stock going to move in a day? When is it going to be done moving? And so on and so forth. And as you can see here in this example, you see how the custom study is red because The average true range of Netflix is 10. And since we've traded, that average true range, it's saying, hey, maybe watch out, but it still went another $6 to the downside. You have to be able to understand when stocks might be moving more than their average true range. So let's give you a good example. Netflix average true range, $10. So we can say that on a given day, Netflix is going to move around pretty close to $10 on the day. Maybe 8, maybe 9, but pretty close, right? But what if Netflix all of a sudden came out and said they're going to be expanding globally to every single country by next year? That's a type of news catalyst that could bring in so much attention to the stock that on that day, there's a strong chance that Netflix would surpass or trade well above its average true range. So there are situations where this custom study may not be the most accurate because, again, you have to have that intellectual and you have to have that understanding of the market when things might have bigger days than normal, right? So if Netflix all of a sudden says, hey, we're going to expand globally to every single country with no problems and we're doing fantastic, it might drive up so much investor sentiment bullish to the stock that it blows it way past its average true range of $10. In this study we have here, we'll say, hey, it's beat red because it's traded its average true range. You maybe want to stop trading it. That's a situation where you may not necessarily want to pay attention to that because the news is so strong, chances are it can go well above its average true range. So I hope that clears everything up for you guys. So as I said before, in order to get this custom study, just make sure to go to the first link in the description of the video. It will take you to the homepage of our website. Scroll down until you see a little box that says Custom Average True Range Study. Enroll into that. It's absolutely free. With inside there, you're going to see exactly how you guys can go about putting it onto your stock chart. Very simple. So thank you guys once again for tuning in. I hope you liked the video and I hope you like the services we are providing to the trading community. And as always, stay tuned for the next one. And if you can, give us the old thumbs up before you head out the door and we'll see you on the next one. Everybody, take care.